Yes. And if you go into astral plane, the sound will be much louder, more intense, more powerful, pull you more and more and more. Well, it's like, yeah, you connect with the divine source of power that way. And this is the true rapture. This is the true salvation path. It's the only way to get away from all that stuff is through the sound current. You need this, and you will see this in the Christian prophetic dreams. They are describing the sound current. They hear the sound of a train, and it's God himself manifesting through the sound. And this sound is lifting them up, pulling them out of their body up straight into heaven, for example. This is one dream, one specific dream.
Yeah, my first out-of-body experience, and the out-of-body experience, everyone will always speak about an accompaniment of sound, and it can be like jet engines, it can be like huge machinery. In my first projection, it was like pop, 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 a very quick succession of these pops. And the whole vibration waves of energy flowing up and down the body with a buzzing, and then an astral entity put her hands underneath my arms from behind when I was lying in bed and pulled my astral body out and swirled it around the bedroom several times. So you see, these noises that people speak about in relation to God, well, if we can get them in the astral and we don't go into the God realm, what are we saying that is?
It's the same. It's the divine sound current, but just on a lower level.
Right. Okay. So
it's basically even God himself. And this can be experienced in the even higher planes. Well, you get one with the sound. At a certain level, you and the sound just merge.
Yeah.
One. And then you will like be skyrocketing. And this is the true rapture.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So in your astral excursions, what sort of noises did you encounter when you was leaving the body?
I'm not allowed to talk about it. I'm sorry, but I can tell you that you can tell from the type of the sound. You can say from what plane this is. So all kinds of machines, like what you heard, it's from the causal plane.
The causal plane.
Yes, it's not the astral plane.
Right.
The classic, the highest sound in the astral plane are the bells.
Right.
Ding dong, like church bells.
This
is the top. So if you hear inside the bells, then you know this is from the astral plane.
Right.
And when you listen to the bell sound, it will pull you straight up into the astral plane.
These bells, are they like church bells? Are these bells do you hear like church bells?
Yes. They sound like church bells.
So can we assume then that the reason why they use church bells in churches is because this is the portal to leaving your body?
Probably the root is like people have heard them. Yes.
Yes. So here's something now we're getting into, because I've never heard that before, and it's very interesting because we're getting involved in occultism. You see, it's hidden information, and all these bells in all these churches all over the world, they always have to originate for some reason. Now, most people could say, "Oh yeah, well, it just lets you know when you go to service, or it's Sunday, ding dong, ding dong." But you know, all over Britain, of course, we've got these. And I live next door to a church, and I hear the bells, you know, every 15 minutes because it goes off on 1:15, 1:30, 1:45, and the hour. And so if some people originally heard these bells and then they wanted to replicate that and have it as a characteristic for the communion with God in the church, it all starts to fit in place, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Absolutely. And you even, so I can tell you more. So the machine-like sounds, as I told you, for example, the train sound. Train is typically from the causal plane.
Yeah.
And it's a very powerful sound. Okay, then you go even farther. Then, for example, you have a flute. In Parbrahmand is a very fine, intense flute sound, for example. That is very essential and important in that plane. Organ, church organ, atmic plane.
Right.
And the most interesting thing probably is like harps. Harps can be heard in the eternal heaven from God.
Right.
And if you read the Revelation of John in the Bible, then it says the 144,000 they play the song of the harps, and they only can. Nobody else knows this song of the harps. And literally, the harps can be heard everywhere in this spiritual, eternal kingdom of heaven, like spiritual plane. That is even beyond the atmic plane, for example. And then you have, what is it called? The Scottish people have this
Bagpipes.
Bagpipes, yes. The bagpipes also are supposed to be heard there. Then this oboe. Do you know what it is? Oboe.
Boom, boom, boom.
It's very fine, a very fine sound.
Right,
Okay.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. I don't know the English word. So basically this, and oh yes, there's an instrument that is called shinai. Did you ever hear it?
No.
Shinai. It's like a trumpet.
Yeah.
And Indian people, so the classical picture is like an Indian playing on a small trumpet, and there is a snake, and he's like hypnotizing the snake with this trumpet sound.
Right.
This is the shinai.
Aha. Okay.
Yeah, and the sound of the shinai is also can be heard in this plane.
Right.
This internal
flute. A flute.
A flute is in I guess it can be even heard in the atmic plane.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you say that you can't say certain things, maybe we'll talk about the reasons why off camera. But do you not find that kind of like stifling and suppressive? Because I think the whole thing about knowledge is to be spoken, and that's what you're writing about. So why is it that you are so perturbed or inhibited or controlled from saying certain secrets or something? You know, are we supposed to have secrets these days, or are things just supposed to be open now?
Yes, this is exactly